this session, we'll be talking about a travel and expense software for the new age CFO powered by Zoho Corporation. My name is Fayaz Hanif, and I represent the Zoho Expense team. And coming to today's topic, right? So today's topic will be around expense management and how travel and expense management has evolved around the pandemic and how the things have improved, especially post-pandemic period. So if you look at expense management, then there has always been a traditional way of doing it. So whenever an employee needs to claim a reimbursement from a company, so let's say there are 50 employees in a company, and if someone wants to claim an expense, they are supposed to fill out a spreadsheet. They have to enter all their receipt data, amount, category of the expense, the date of the expense. Everything has to be entered in a spreadsheet and then emailed to the manager as well. So when we look at a larger picture, when let's say the company scales up to 100 employees or so, then the employee does not know whom to email or how many levels of approval are required, and there is a lot of back and forth emails that are being sent. And let's say if the employee wants to go on a business trip, then they are supposed to fill out a form. They are supposed to fill out data in a form and again email it or set up an internal workflow. So it's a very complicated process when we look at the old ways of expense management. And that leads to a lot of errors as well. So let's say if the company has a policy that reports should be submitted before the 20th of every month. So if the employee does not submit reports on time, the company loses its time on closing of the accounts or payment to vendors or payment to customers or even reimbursing the employees on time. And it takes a lot of time as well. So let's say if I have traveled to a business conference, let's say in England, then once I reach back to my headquarters, then I expect the reimbursement to be given to me at a fixed time. If there is a lot of time taken between the approvals and the reimbursements and the expense submission process, the employee loses a lot of confidence in spending money for the company, and it affects the employee's performance as well. And when it comes to travel expenses or employee expense management, receipt is always money. So if an employee loses out a receipt, then he can't submit the expense to the company and he can't claim a reimbursement for it. So let's say on behalf of the company, I travel to a particular country, and if I spend my own personal cash to pay for a meal or for a coffee, and if I lose the receipt, then I'm not going to get reimbursed for it. And since we are all humans and we are all filling out spreadsheets, errors are always prone, and it becomes a huge task for the accounting team to reconcile the data as well. So there are a lot of problems when it comes to traditional ways of expense management and for the company to manage them. So that's where Zoho Expense comes into the picture. So Zoho Expense is our online travel and expense management software. So end-to-end expense management like employee expenses, travel reports, the corporate card reconciliations, analytical reporting, and an automated workflow for the entire management to stay up to date and for the employee to get a faster reimbursement. Everything happens online in Zoho Expense itself. So if you look at a quick overview of Zoho Expense, then we have tried to address most of the areas in terms of travel and expense. So right from raising a travel request to making sure that the employees, complete the required approval workflow, expense reporting, employees' expenses, everything within compliance as well. So as the admin of the organization, you can define the limits and the eligibility of every employee in the organization so that they submit expenses that are compliant with the policy of the organization. You can also implement a lot of cost control as well. So in Zoho Expense, we have implemented a lot of cost control features where, so that the employees do not tend to overspend as well. Zoho Expense integrates with most of the ERP solutions out there. We have set up several successful integrations with the likes of SAP, Oracle, Microsoft Dynamics, even HRMS applications like SuccessFactors or Ramco HR or any custom application or custom ERP that you might have. Zoho Expense is very integration friendly and can integrate with any software that you have. You can set up a lot of customization and automation options so that the employee input is minimal and everything runs on autopilot itself. And we believe that expense management is not something that needs to be done on the desk or in front of the computer. So we have strong mobile applications that are real time friendly or real time integrated with the web application as well. Anything that you do on the web application reflects instantly in the mobile app as well. So if anyone in your organization submits an expense report, you receive a notification on your mobile app right when you're sitting at this conference or attending an event like this. And you can simply look at the notification and approve or reject the report from right there itself. We also integrate with card providers like Visa, MasterCard, American Express, so that all the card transactions also fetch into Zoho Expense. And as I said earlier, we show out specific policy violations. So if an employee has not attached a receipt with an expense, or if he has exceeded the limit that is applicable for this employee, then we show that as policy violation so that the user can take an action. We also set up approval workflows, dynamic multi-level approval workflows in Zoho Expense based on any criteria as well. And we provide a completely transparent audit trail. So even if you want to look at data from 5 years ago or whatever has happened on the expense, we provide a completely transparent audit trail within the application. And at Zoho, we are deeply invested in privacy and enhancing the security and making sure that we are compliant with all the policies as well. So Zoho Expense is SOC 2 Type 2 compliant and all the ISO norms like 27001 or 27018, GDPR, AICPA, we are accredited across all the platforms and we are inherently secure across the mobile application and the web application as well. So as I said earlier, mobile applications work the best for Zoho Expense. Every user can use the mobile application itself to get their day-to-day work done. And we integrate with all the applications like Xero, QuickBooks, Sage Intacct, Oracle, SAP, travel partners like Uber, Ola, Bolt. We integrate with most of these travel service providers and with accounting and HRMS applications so that you don't have to worry about data transfer between multiple applications. And Zoho Expense is not just for one industry. We cater across different industries, right from software to hospitality, IT and services, financial services, pharma, education management, software hospitality. You name the industry, and we got it covered for you. And we have a lot of global brands and enterprises that are with Zoho Expense. So companies from the size of 50 to 60 employees or even 10 to 50 employees, right from that to 10,000 to 15,000 employees in the organization are currently run on Zoho Expense. So the application is entirely scalable, customizable, and fit for an enterprise and an SMB alike inside the organization. And Zoho Expense has already crossed $1 billion worth of expenses processed. 450,000 or 450,000 plus mobile app has been downloaded. We have been in the market for 7 years and we provide 12 editions to cater to the global policy compliances of each region. And we also offer a free 14-day trial that can be extended. You can add up to 10 users, access the premium plan, and there is no need of a credit card as well. So you can simply sign up today and get started, see if everything works out for you, or reach out to us at support@zohoexpense.com, and we'll be glad to cover that for you. We are also available today at the online booth. So if you have any questions or if you have any concerns, please drop by the Zoho booth and we'll be glad to answer them for you. Thank you so much for your time today, and I hope you have a wonderful day ahead.